About the book, The Hoor. The discussion surrounding the concept of Hoor in Islam has generated significant debate, particularly in the context of perceived inequalities in rewards for men and women in the afterlife. Critics have claimed that literature and rhetoric often suggest that Muslim men are promised 72 hoors, while women receive no equivalent rewards. This narrative has prompted frustration and disillusionment among many in the Muslim community, who feel that such claims misrepresent Islamic teachings. The book, The Hoor, authored by Saleem Pandit, tried to remove the cobwebs of misconception about the rewards to the woman in heaven in the light of the Holy Quran and Hadiths, an interpretation or illustration by the global scholars. In the Quran, references to Hoor generally describe them as beautiful companions created for the righteous. However, the specifics about the number of Hoors are not explicitly mentioned in the Quran. The notion of 72 Hoors has become entrenched in popular discourse, but its origins often lie in misinterpretations or exaggerations of certain texts. Moreover, the portrayal of Islam in the media often perpetuates stereotypes linking the faith to extremism and violence, despite the widespread condemnation of such behavior by Muslims globally. Acts of discrimination and violence against Muslims, driven by these misconceptions, have unfortunately become more common, resulting in tragic outcomes for individuals and communities. Belief in Allah, His prophets, and the texts of Islam is fundamental for Muslims, alongside the practice of good deeds and the avoidance of sinful behaviors. The responsibility for Muslims extends beyond personal faith. It encompasses promoting kindness, humility, and gratitude. It is crucial to clarify that the concept of Hoor is not limited to a reward for men alone. Both righteous men and women are promised rewards in paradise, including companionship tailored to their desires. This balance in the afterlife rewards reflects the fairness inherent in Islamic teachings. The book, The Hoor, by Saleem Pandit, seeks to explore this nuanced understanding further, illustrating how these concepts align with the overall tenets of Islam. According to the Islamic concept, Hoors are women with beautiful eyes created as a reward for faithful Muslim believers in paradise. The word appears 4 times in the Quran and is referenced indirectly several other times. Traditionally, Hoor is viewed as a beautiful woman promised as a reward to believing men, described in various hadiths and interpretations of the Quran. They are often said to be crafted from saffron from the foot to the knee, musk from the knee to the breast, amber from the breast to the throat, and camphor from the neck to the head. In traditional descriptions, which frequently use multiples of 7, Hoors are described as wearing gowns, allowing even the marrow of their bones to be seen due to the delicateness of their form. They are portrayed as reclining on 70 couches of red hyacinth among other lavish adornments. Importantly, Hoors are said not to sleep, become pregnant, menstruate, or experience any form of illness, and they do not engage in bodily functions that ordinary women do. The enhancement of sexual experience for male believers is also mentioned regarding the creation of the Aris. The concept of a Hoor conjures a captivating image of a stunning young woman characterized by her translucent body resembling pearls and rubies. With a milky complexion, she is free from the physical constraints faced by many women, such as menstruation or childbearing. Her modest nature is emphasized through her gentle glances, directed solely at her husband, conveying gratitude for their union. A Hoor embodies the essence of love, devoid of animosity, and is described as immortal, eternally youthful. Her demeanor is soft-spoken, and she maintains a harmonious relationship, always reconciled with her partner. Raised in luxury, she exemplifies it, and her youthful features accentuate her beauty. Living in opulent palaces, she radiates light and fragrance as she gazes down upon the earth. Her face is said to be more reflective than a mirror, allowing one to see their own image in her cheek. Remarkably, if she were to spit into the oceans, they would become sweeter than honey. In the context of paradise, Men may receive 1 or 2 Hoors as companions if they have led righteous lives. However, the question arises about what women receive. Women have the option to choose to be with their worldly husbands or lovers in the afterlife. Quranic verses assure that women will find great fortune in entering paradise with all their desires fulfilled. The term Hoor is derived from Hora, a feminine word in Arabic indicating female companions. This term underscores the exclusivity of beauty associated with women, as the descriptions provided in the Quran focus on female attributes. For example, they are described as virgins, enjoying eternal youth and beauty. The teachings suggest that the rewards in the afterlife grant fulfillment to the wishes of all, regardless of gender. According to the mentioned verse, it can be said that in the Holy Quran, when describing the reward of the people who will get paradise, the women who are like human beings will be women of paradise. It goes without saying that from a healthy, clean, and decent sense of taste, since Hoor will be the woman of paradise, only the men who will receive paradise will receive them as a reward. It's important to remember that both men and women will enter Jannat physically, with both bodies and souls being resurrected. This bodily resurrection is significant as it relates to the needs of the body, including food and companionship, which apply to both genders in paradise. Women, like men, will attain paradise as a reward for their faith and good deeds, fulfilling the responsibilities assigned to them by Allah in their earthly lives. A question arises about what women will receive in paradise, since the concept of Hoor is often highlighted for men. While specific rewards for women are not detailed in the Quran and Hadith, it is assured that they will not be deprived or face injustice. Allah promises that in paradise, believers will find everything their hearts desire and what they ask for, Surah Ha-Mim Sajda 31, and that there will be fulfillment of every wish, Surah Az-Zukhruf 71. The lack of elaboration on women's rewards might stem from societal contexts where discussions about sexuality tend to be more open for men. Women, traditionally perceived as more conservative, may feel uncomfortable with explicit discussions. To protect their dignity, Allah refrained from detailing women's accomplishments in the way men's are discussed, while still affirming their rights to whatever they desire in paradise. Additionally, it's crucial to understand that sexual satisfaction is not the primary goal in paradise. Instead, the focus is on the vast and unimaginable blessings it encompasses, beginning with descriptions of its lush environment, beautiful fountains, and majestic palaces, before mentioning other rewards. Thus, believers are encouraged to commit themselves to righteous deeds for the sake of pleasing Allah, without being driven by the desire for any specific rewards, but rather with the hope of attaining His pleasure.